Water. It can transform a desert, revive a community, bring health to children who would otherwise die. But in developing countries around the world, a lack of clean water leaves people vulnerable to disease and crippled by poverty. There are a billion reasons for providing clean water. Umu Togo is one. The day starts early in the desert for the Dogon tribe. And it begins with the gathering of life's most precious commodity, water. In Mali, West Africa, where more than 2/3 of the country is desert, the search for clean water is a family's top priority.
Gathering water can be the only preoccupation and the only work we do.
Umu Togo does not gather water, attend school, or do much of what other 13-year-olds do. Her day consists of only two things: helping her mother pound grain and playing with her friends. Even playing is harder when you're blind.
It is difficult for me to dance because I don't see.
Umu has lost her sight because of trachoma, a recurrent eye infection caused by poor hygiene and a lack of clean water for washing children's faces. At a nearby clinic, health workers examine Umu and another local girl, Binta Gindo. The news is not good. Elise Bombele is a nurse who specializes in trachoma. He says that if caught early, the disease is treatable.
It is very complicated if you don't take care of it at the beginning. The result is what you see here. She has lost all of her eyesight. We cannot do anything for this girl.
Binta is also suffering from the early stages of trachoma.
At this stage, you have to have early surgical intervention. Otherwise, you will lose your eyesight.
And worse yet, Umu and Binta are not alone. 18 of the 25 people at this gathering in Umu's village are partially or totally blind because of trachoma. When World Vision began working in Ghana in 1985, it was also battling trachoma and more, the deadly trio of cholera, diarrhea, and guinea worm. For most of the year here, the weather is hot, and water is in short supply.
During the rainy season, we have some water, but when it is the dry season, we find it very difficult. So we have to go sometimes 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers in order to look for water.
For women and children in the Gushigu Karaga district, the search for water can mean walking for up to 12 hours a day. And worse yet, their search often ends at a place like this, a muddy hole used by animals. Although this water is filthy, villagers here have no choice.
The water was not clean, but there was nothing we could do about it.
Wumbe Patem says drinking dirty water gave her guinea worm. Guinea worm is a parasite that lives in dirty water. It just takes one swallow for the worm to enter the body and cause terrible sores, eventually making a hideously painful exit, usually from a leg or foot. But hope has come to Gushigu in liquid form. This well, World Vision's 60th for the year, is a fountain of promise for Wumbe Patem. For this village, water today means hope for generations to come. At World Vision, we know that providing water is just one step on the road to transformation. Now, instead of searching for water, these women are able to start small businesses. Children are back in school, healthy again, and anxious to learn. Unshackled from their search for clean water, these children can go back to doing what children do best, being children. But clean water must be combined with a healthy environment to have positive long-term effects. New sanitary latrines and classes on hygiene are equally important when restoring health to a community. Still, a cup of clean water is out of reach for many. For some, water is scarce. For others, its source may be contaminated. At World Vision, we bring the experience and expertise to provide sustainable water solutions. For example, we've drilled 1,600 wells in more than 800 communities in West Africa alone. And while drilling wells is vital in some places, it isn't the only way we access water. In Brazil, for instance, World Vision hydrologists are turning to some alternative methods for bringing safe water to rural communities. From rainwater collection systems, underground dams, and spring catchment to artesian, shallow, and borehole wells, World Vision experts decide on the best technology for bringing water to each area. Northern Brazil has often felt the effects of severe weather. The extreme shortage of clean water deeply affects the 18 million people who live here. Maria Nascimento knows the devastating effects of a lack of clean water better than most.
I have lost 10 children. They died when they were very little, and I'm sure water is to blame. If I had good water, they might have survived.
Now, this World Vision built cistern will give Maria and her children an ample supply of clean, safe water and a taste of what many of us take for granted.
Gosto de saúde. It's the taste of health. It's knowing that the water you're drinking is not going to give you health problems, that it's okay to drink. It's the taste of health.
And the taste of health brings the sound of hope.
It was very bad, but now with the presence of the cistern and the blessings of God, things are becoming better.
While the cisterns provide water for domestic use, underground water catchment systems provide irrigation for farming, fertile fields, and in turn, bountiful harvests keep people here free from hunger and disease. By supporting projects like these, you can bring fresh, clean water to a thirsty world. Your gift to World Vision's Clean Water Fund can help keep families healthy, economies strong, and children alive by constructing and repairing clean water wells and rainwater catchment, providing schools in rural communities with safe drinking water, building facilities to purify and treat water, and funding the construction of sanitary latrines. With your help, we can end the needless suffering of people for whom clean water is sometimes no more than 100 feet away, directly underground.
We need to drink good water. When we have good water, we have everything. We have life.